Okay, going on another pulling truck adventure today. We're going to go try to find this truck. So this is Wally Harvell's Blue Max from back in the 80s, and this is an actual photo of me when I was 12 or 13 standing with it. So what would really be cool is if I could recreate this picture. So we got this. This was one of his trucks. This was another one of his trucks. So we're gonna go truck hunting and see what we can find here. Ready?
Let's do it.
There we go. So we stopped in the village hall, and this guy helped us out finding Wally's place. Alright, so we met Wally's wife, and he wasn't there, so we set up an appointment to come back with him and hear his stories, and we'll do that at a different time. Alright, so we're here with Mr. Wally Harvell today, who had the Blue Max and a couple other trucks, and he's going to tell us some stories and show us a bunch of pictures. So I guess the biggest question is, do you still have the Blue Max?
No, everything's gone.
Everything's gone?
Just pictures.
So what happened to the Blue Max?
We bought this truck, Three Stooges.
All right.
So then
I'll scan that in too.
we went to this truck.
So Three Stooges became the Blue Max?
Yes.
Same truck?
Yes.
You just renamed it.
Yep.
And then it got turned into this. And then what happened to this body?
That's the one I crushed.
Crushed it.
Yep.
Like, how did you do it? Like, what do you mean crushed?
I took my payloader and just smashed the hell out of it.
So it's no way.
Nobody could use it.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Purpose so nobody could use it?
The front fenders were about broke off and stuff. It's something I should have just kept on the truck, but redone it.
I mean, is there trade secrets that you're crushing, or
No.
just...
I just don't want somebody else to have it, is what it amounted to.
Yeah,
Because I knew I
hey,
wasn't out of pulling.
you got all the
and
pictures. So.
I don't want to go be, well, that's my truck that just kicked my butt or something, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. What made you get into pulling in the first place?
There was a pull in Big Rock, which is not far from where we grew up, and we knew Denny By had a tractor, and I knew Ron Brummel and Dwight Olson with Orange Crush, and I just kind of watched them and got into it.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that you did with your father or anything like that?
Well, my dad started with us for finances with a mod, but he would never drive, but he loved the pulls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, him and mom. That's my mom and dad, my little brother Matt and me. And that was my dad there. He used to run around with us.
Oh, really? He never drove them though?
No, he wouldn't drive.
Let's do this. Let's start at like at the beginning. Like what truck did you start with and what year? Like you got the square body first,
Yep.
right?
Yep. This is the truck I started street stock with. And that was back in 79.
79, okay.
That's where it started. You
Oh, yeah, I need that one.
sold down?
Yeah. I don't even know where that one went.
Yeah, good luck finding that one, right?
Yeah, it's probably rotted away somewhere in a block. I'll tell you what, that was a good old truck.
Was that your first driving truck?
Yep.
And you just converted it?
Just sat around a lot. I made it a puller. My dad had a fit with me. I pulled that until we bought this truck, Three Stooges.
All right.
We bought that out of Marionville, Missouri. Had a blown motor and everything in it. That's the original. That's when we bought it. It said Jenkins Ford on the side. Bought that in a bus, and that's how we got started in the mod class.
And it was your hauler, was the bus?
Yes.
So I've seen a blue Three Stooges and a gray Three Stooges. Which
Yes.
one came first?
This one here,
The gray?
How did the truck get its name?
Three Stooges.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The guys we bought it from, there was 3 partners, and they that's how they came up with the name, and we kind of just kept it. because there was like 3 or 4 of us.
Okay.
So you kept the name. You bought the name, huh?
Yep. We weren't so picky back then. This is, we were at Farley, Iowa for a truck pull. Transmission locked up and the sled about ate me up.
Oh, that's why it's all
Doors.
crunched.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the doors would not open or nothing.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that.
So how old were you when you bought that?
I was 21. That would be the Three Stooges. I gotta have better pictures of that somewhere. My dad's the one that found the Three Stooges for sale. We went to a street stock pull and he bought a program somewhere and it was advertised in there.
So it was gray first and then you painted it blue?
When we wrecked the truck,
Oh, okay.
we bought a 78 body. Used to be yellow and white pickup. And we started from scratch with it. I and Dale Olson Dale Olson helped. He painted it and helped. We built it, replaced everything. That was actually the first pull we took that truck to. It was blue for
Couple
many
years.
years.
And Three
Oh,
Stooges?
Three Stooges. Yeah, that's a good picture of it. That's Rosemont, I think. There's a rose.
Oh, see, that's cool.
Okay, we went to Omaha. We were at Seattle, Washington for a pull with Three Stooges. Last place. It was Blue Max since then.
So Three Stooges became the Blue Max?
Yes,
Same truck?
yes,
You just renamed it.
yep.
How did the Blue Max come about?
Bob George from SRO. They always used to advertise a Blue Max being at the shows, and there never was.
Oh, really?
So when I came up with that blue truck, I'm pretty sure it was Seattle Kingdom. He come over and told me how soon can I have that changed so you pay for it. So we got actually from Seattle, Washington to Baltimore, we had it changed one night. We buffed it out and then the guy from Sycamore re-lettered it just to Blue Max. Then later on, that year we put all the striping on it.
Okay.
The guy from Sycamore did that.
So was it just like a drawing first that they had as like promotion?
No,
And then
we
you
just,
had to make the truck?
we kind of went off the Blue Max wiring, but changed it a little bit. So the guy I had did the lettering in one night. We buffed it off and was showed up in Baltimore with a Blue Max.
Wally Harville's Blue Max pulling truck, which is powered by a 541 cubic inch Ford racing engine. In modified terms, it's a matter of the weight. The truck weighs a maximum of 6,200 pounds. We have a tire limitation size, which is a D6 Dick C-Pec tires.
Wally, when Russ did our introduction, he mentioned just briefly what class your truck runs in and that sort of thing. Tell us why this truck qualifies for that particular class.
The different rules are that we got to carry our weight up front, two-wheelers carry it in the back. Our percentage of the hitches are different. And the wheelbases, we got to stay at 133 for Fords and 131 for Chevy. And the two-wheelers, they go anywhere they want. Super X's are 170. And we got to be a factory body like Chevy or Ford, whatever we can come up with. There can't be no fiberglass or anything.
Engine size have anything at all to do with it, or are you unlimited in that area?
We can run any motor we want. We can go up to whatever. I think the biggest one is 604 right now. We run a 5 57, and bigger motor the better you are, because the more tire speed you can run. Because you want a fast final for what we do here, because all the weight you got to pull.
Now, you mentioned the percentage of the hitch. If we can all move around to the back, maybe you can explain to us what that terminology means.
There's so many percentage of your wheelbase. It's 36% of your wheelbase. It's, for this instance, it's 133-inch wheelbase, 36% of that is 48 inches from the center of your rear housing to the point where you pull.
And how about the distance above the ground? Is that regulated in any way?
Yeah, it's 26 inches, that's it. If
Now, one thing that we know that can happen out here is the engine can run away on you. Now, as we understand it, that plug in your back bumper is used by the sled operator to shut the engine off in case you should get anything happen to you at all?
yes, it's a kill switch which kills the motor in case you break, the hitch breaks, or if your motor stays up or something. Anything happens, he can kill it anytime he wants.
Okay, thank you, Wally. We appreciate your help.
The Ford Budweiser U.S. Run Association truck and tractor.
So this is what I've been wanting to show you for years. That's me at 12 years old.
You sent me that picture, yeah.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
I was really hoping,
And see
like,
all the buses in the background?
Yep.
That's how everybody did it.
you know, before I found you, I was really hoping you still had it and I could recreate that picture.
Yeah, that would
so
be cool. Yeah, because that would have been the following year that I was there with original Blue Max, because then we put the stripes on it. Went back out there. That's cool. I did that with my kids on my pulling trailer. On the back, we had Blue Max, M&W feedlot. That was mine and my dad's feedlot. And my kids were little. Then when I bought the trailer back, I made them take another picture of it. It was kind of. And this is after we went to the Blue Max. We repainted our bus, so we looked like a circus wagon going down the road. Oh, here's the picture of the bus.
There you go. Now, where is that now?
It's over by Big Rock. Last time I knew.
That's cool.
So did you build the bus?
No, we bought that with the pulling truck when we bought Three Stooges.
Oh, okay. It was all Peggy's deal. Huh?
Yeah. We went to the Blue Max original one, which would be this. Mm-hmm. Well, that one's probably a better picture.
Oh, that's one question I had. The aluminum back here, was that structural?
No, it's just a sheet of aluminum. It looked nice.
Okay.
Bigfoot's behind them.
I just saw a video the other day of Bigfoot just skimming Blue Max, like to get into the arena.
Oh, yeah.
At Bush Memorial Stadium in St. Louis. Well, Mike, you're looking at Blue Max.
Wally Harville out of Maple Park, Illinois, sitting on a set of the giant CPEC pullers. The truck pullers say you can't win without CPECs, and Wally's got a set of them on the truck. Beautiful job. You know, this truck's been featured in one of the finest magazines in America, and that's Four Wheeler Magazine. A number of times Wally's been in color shots on it. They cover a lot of pulling, and a truly a fine, interesting four-wheeler magazine. Let's see if Wally can put one out. The big 541 Ford needs to go the distance, 300 foot full pull. Wally's done it before, and you know, Wally's got his brother involved in pulling now. We're going to see Matt is here this afternoon in competition. Here comes Wally. Got to go out to get to the money.
Yep, 300 feet is the leader with Showtime. We've had a number of trucks that have gone 290 or better, so we'll see what Blue Max can cook up here at the Indiana State Fair on this sunny afternoon.
Hold on, Harville. Wally got real close, but just ran out of power right on the end of the track. Beautiful job for Wally Harville in the Blue Max truck.
That's real strong to know. The Ford little boost right here now.
the Blue Max.
Wally's Blue Max. Wally Harville out of Maple Park, Illinois. Big block Ford, 572 cubic inches. Wally, a longtime campaigner with the United States Hot Rod Association. He can read a track as well as anyone. See a lot of changes in Wally's truck since the last time we took a look at it. He's narrowed the front end down. He changed the motor up quite a bit. A good job of driving on Wally's part as he was really reaching for the end of it. Wally unfortunately drew a number that's late in the class, and as you come into each one of these events, you draw a number. That's where you go to the starting line. A beautiful job for Wally as he ends up at 166 feet 6 3/4 inches on Wally's Blue Max, the Ford truck, 166 6 3/4.
How many sixes was that?
3.
Thank you.
Just where he wandered. Wally Harville, let's put Roy in nice hands.
What was like on the Blue Max? Like, what are the specifics on the engine? Like horsepower, cubic inch, all that kind of stuff.
We used to have a cubic inch limit of 528 in Illinois.
Okay.
Then everybody else was wide open to 650.
One of the 650s.
Yeah, or open. We used to have to switch motors a lot at night when we went.
Oh, really?
A lot of the out long way pulls. You know, we'd run a 630 or 6 whatever we had. Then we'd have to switch to 5. I had a 528 we'd put in.
Would they check that?
Yeah, cubic inch.
How would they check it? They do a cylinder?
Cylinder chamber deal. They call it the
CC
P&G. Yeah, I still have one here.
And I can tell pretty quick just from
It was pretty close.
Pull a plug and fill it up and see what it is.
Yep.
What kind of trans?
I ran a Doug Nash for years.
Manual?
Yeah,
like
5-speed. You only run like 2 gears out of it. They would hold up to the smaller motors, but the big stuff, they wouldn't hold up to it.
What would you have to run with that then?
Then SCS out of Ohio and Larry Peterson from ProFab started making trans. So that's the way everybody went to. That and the transfer cases.
And the transfer case too.
Yeah. Front axle militaries, we couldn't get them anymore. And one of my best friends I grew up with, he was a machinist and he'd weld them up.
Weld the axles?
Yeah, and it would hold.
The shafts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were, I don't know how they did it, but it held.
Wow. Did you ever run a Dana 60 or 70 in the front?
No, I always had a military. Or
heavier.
Yeah. You know, we chased a lot of junkyards for parts. That's
when you're in town?
Everywhere, wherever you were.
What kind of gears would be in it?
A lot of guys that run like 620s or 680s.
Really?
Yeah. 583s.
And in the transfer case, is that gearing it down too?
Yeah, like 2 to 1 or
2
whatever.
to 1? Wow.
Then you would have your gear sets on your trams to change.
Oh yeah, where they slide in and out.
Yeah.
About $9,000 on the motors probably, like RPM wise?
We usually keep them at 77, 75 on them old wedge motors. My Hemi, that thing would turn 885 all day long, but usually you weren't hooked to nothing when you did that.
Could you get a season out of an engine?
Yeah, that's what you hope for.
So it wasn't too much attrition, it's more just axles and...
You know, if you kept up on it, change the ring and pinions every year, you're okay.
Oh, you would, just for preventative?
That was the Bamber aluminum motor.
What would that cost?
I know the upper half was over 10 grand.
Jeez.
So then
I'll scan that in too.
we went to, and this here is when we welded the cab and body together with a tilt body.
Oh.
And we just put the Blue Max back on that. Then we repainted it to that with the flames, the one I showed you.
And then it got turned into this. And then what happened to this body?
That's the one I crushed.
Crushed it.
He's now running with the big boys, but he's going to come up short at 283.93 as we check out Wally Harvell now. The Blue Max and Claude, he is bouncing.
He is bouncing all over the track, Tom, but where will he end up is the question. And take a look at this, Tom, 268 feet. The last three pullers.
The last Blue Max with a fiberglass body went to Richard Nedved. Then he sold the body to Nick Christensen, which is what's the name of his truck again?
Nut and Honey?
Nut and Honey.
Yeah.
Then Richard Nedved still has the frame that's called Plum Nuts.
Oh, I think I've seen that truck.
Yeah, out in Tyndale, South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. Okay.
And Nick Christensen actually bought the motor out of the last Blue Max too.
So when you're talking last Blue Max, you're talking about
This one. That would be the old blue fiberglass.
So this obviously isn't the 79.
No,
So
that's
how did
the 2000 something cab and a half.
So how'd you go to a mid-sized truck?
I don't know.
And you guys built this frame and everything?
Yeah.
You said
No.
same engine from the other truck?
Yes, same Dave Bamber Hemi.
Oh, tell me about that aluminum block you're talking about. And a shotgun. What is it when people say the term shotgun?
Okay, the shotgun was original Ford Hemi back in the 60s. And like this motor here was built off of it. But it was newer heads and everything. Taller block. Put an inch on the block and for the rod ratios would be better. Orange Crush had a original Hemi they used to run for years. So did Iron City Express, I know. But I always had the Cobra Jet heads, cast iron heads.
Was it a Hemi type head or
No.
a regular wedge?
Wedge head.
Okay.
Then I went to some guy in Ohio made these heads. I can't think of the name of them. They were aluminum. They called B heads or something, A heads.
2 valves?
Yeah.
Did you ever do a 4 valve?
No. We went to that with aluminum block. The aluminum block come from Chuck Seiler. I don't think it lasted a year. We broke it in half. Split. I got a picture somewhere I couldn't find, but we split that block in half.
Really? Oh man.
So after that, I went back to my cast iron wedge motor. Ran that for a few years until we got that Hemi built from Bamber. Good picture of it.
Man. And then you said the Arius.
Arius was a good motor back in the day.
Did you ever run one of those?
Never did. Thought about it, but we never did.
Were they really like 30,000 back then?
Probably.
Man.
Or we could build wedge motors for 6,000, 7,000.
Really?
Yeah.
That's, wow. What would be like the horsepower difference then?
Probably a couple hundred or more horsepower,
Really?
yeah. It's like this Centaur truck.
Now, when did that come along? Going
That
at one
was
time, right?
late 80s. We bought that from my brother to drive Matt. That come from Gary Collins.
Come on, Matt, let's bring her on. A good-looking 86 Chevrolet.
And backing up for his first pull at it tonight is Wally Harvell from Maple Park, Illinois. And this is a Centaur 86 Chevy 557 under the hood.
557 Ford.
Under the hood. What's the deal on this now? It's kind of like Hands Across Detroit, isn't it?
Well, it's Wally's idea of that. Beautiful. It's an ex-pulling truck owned by another gentleman we see from time to time originally. And Wally had the motor, built the motor, bought the truck, and now he campaigns a pair of them. The Chevrolet with the Ford in it. Centaur, half man, half horse. This is half Chevrolet, half Ford.
And
Needs to go out.
And all fury under that hood, Mike.
He needs a full pull, and Wally would really kind of help him out a little bit.
He's got the green flag. It's at his discretion. And here is Centaur. Not quite a full pull.
Not quite, but a very good hook on Wally's part. It really was.
It really will, because the length of the track, the big motors work good down at the far end of the track. It's a short track tonight. The sled will be heavy. You'll see that weight box come up the ramp real fast. I think it's going to equalize things out so much that it's really anyone's pull at this time.
Was the Centaur body something else before you got it?
No, Gary Collins built it that way.
Oh, he did, and then you got it from Gary?
Yeah.
Did he not want to run it?
No, he didn't. He had enough going on with a two-wheeler and
so he just built it and like,
he ran it a few years.
Oh, he
used
did?
to pull with him and stuff.
Okay. I can't remember, what'd you do with the Centaur body?
Since our body got scratched too.
Oh, okay. Gone. Because you're a Ford guy and you got a Chevy here, so how did that happen?
Well, it changed. We have a Ford motor in it.
Yeah.
We ran that a few years. Then Ford was giving bodies away in the 90s. So we got one. Just got it done. We're still in primer. This is what that truck turned into.
It's like a 91 maybe?
Yeah, I think it, when we switched it. This is the name on it. That truck's been coast to coast too. We used to haul around.
That was yours?
Yeah.
So you had like...
We had 2 mods at one time.
6 or 7 different trucks then, really, altogether, right?
Yeah, we went through a few.
Did you guys do all your paint work here too?
Yeah, we did in our shop. Joe Reckinger painted the Wicked Max. That was at Caneville, yeah, because that has the Budweiser sign still. We painted this truck. I made a paint booth here. We did this one here.
So which one is this?
That was the Wicked Max getting built.
Oh.
That was the base color.
Oh, what about the two-wheeler? The two-wheel drive? When did that come in?
Okay, when we built the two-wheeler,
I still have yet to find any video of that.
In this picture you can see, that was the original Three Stooges cab. That's why it says Three Stooges on there. We pulled the back of the cab back enough to open the doors.
Oh, when it got crunched?
Yeah, we got pictures of it here being built. We built that thing in 35 days.
Really?
You and your brother?
Yeah.
So would your brother run this one and you ran the other
that's
one?
him driving there, man. That was at Illinois State Fair.
I've never seen this truck.
I think we got like 2nd place on there. Man. I always remember the two-wheeler. We worked on that a couple late nights, and we worked on it all night to finish it to go the first pull. We went in for breakfast. I mean, we worked on it all night. And my brother fell asleep on the breakfast plate.
Just from working so hard.
I could run with a couple hours sleep. It didn't bother me. Because when you're traveling as much as we did, it was easy.
What do you think that stuff's still around? The Three Stooges body?
No, I don't know. You know, we used it on the two-wheeler, and I can't tell you what we did with it. I'm sure I scrapped it.
Oh, it was that one.
Yeah, we pulled the doors out, back of the cab out, so you could get the doors and bonded up everything.
After it got crunched by the sled?
Yeah.
Is that the only time you got hit by a sled?
Yeah.
What made you go with a two-wheel drive?
It was natural aspirated. We just, It's funny because Dale Nelson, an old friend, he still pulls. He had a 4-wheel drive in Illinois. You could pull 2-wheel drive. You'd have to take the front drive shaft off and put other tires on. So he used to pull that, and he got me to do it a couple times. I got pictures of that on my phone, I think. So then we just built the 2-wheeler the next year because it was all natural aspirated. So I used a spare motor and the transmission I had for a spare. Then we hooked up a transfer case right in front of the rear end for reduction.
Oh.
I just used old parts.
That's awesome.
And we ran it 1 year, then they changed the rules to blower motors, and we kind of got
Yeah, because this would, most of the 2-wheelers are super mod.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
Yeah, Illinois was for years with natural aspirated. And they
Really?
started out that way, all over, way back in the day.
But they never ran indoors, right?
No, not until
2-wheel natural.
No.
That's probably why I've never seen this.
Yeah.
And what year was this about then?
I'm trying to remember. It would have been after I built the original Blue Max. There's the old truck frame I got somewhere. And one of my old wedge motors. The truck we bought for the frame, we used the box of that, cut it short. I tell you what, I don't know whatever happened to it.
This whole truck.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'd have to ask my brother.
And then
I don't know if I pieced it out or what I did with it. I know them tires on the back, we used to run them on our 4-wheel drive once in a while.
they're huge.
Yeah, they were legal, 40 inches. On bad tracks they used to work, but God, we'd break more parts of them things.
Would you run this on front and rear?
Just the rear.
Oh wow, so you're really spinning the fronts less then.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that break stuff?
Yeah, that's what we did. On a loose track, it didn't matter, but you got on a good track, it was bad. That truck's sitting in Wisconsin somewhere.
Remember who?
I can't.
You want me to, which one did you want us to try to find?
This one, the Rocky Top.
Yeah, that truck was always a nice truck. We
Oh, the
started
black
the
sheep.
diesel class. We bought that from the Allenberg boys.
Okay.
Then we built our own.
Oh, that's what you started with?
Yeah. We ran that a year, maybe 2 years.
So you had two diesels then? Or
We never ran both together.
okay.
We ran this one until we got our other one built.
Oh, your sons. They were
The Mayhem?
Mayhem, yeah.
Yep.
I'll show pictures of that. I have some video of them too. So we got a whole nother memorabilia on
My
the Mayhem
kids made
truck.
this other one for Christmas.
Look at that. That's cool.
My son and his wife and sister, or his sister and my daughter. Built that truck from scratch too. I always remember because during the week I'd fabricate. My son would come home on weekends and weld because I got sick of welding.
So you're not doing the diesel anymore either?
No, that's the one we sold to California.
So how many vehicles did it take to go from show to show? You could get it all on one truck and trailer?
Yeah, I only took 2 at the most. So I had this red hauler. We used to pull a trailer behind it.
And that's just, you had all your parts and,
Yeah, I always had a spare motor and stuff up front, and the Blue Max would fit in the back, and we'd pull Centaur on an open trailer.
If you had to get to town or something,
Yeah, we'd run a car or something.
Oh, what about how many? You know how many wins you had, or like you talk about the trophies you had? Like you would have kept them all. It would have been.
I have no idea.
But you won a lot.
I remember winning Soldier Field.
Oh my gosh, what that?
Chicago Amphitheater, the last one they were there. If I remember right, it was me and Orange Crush on a pull-off there. That was a long time ago.
So what do you mostly do nowadays?
Yeah, I bought a side-by-side and a toter. Go around doing that.
Four-wheeling?
And just
Badlands?
chase the grandkids around. And,
Yeah. Still farming at all?
oh yeah, we farm quite a bit.
Still working every day then?
Yeah.
That's cool.
My son's into farming with us, so.
Okay. Oh, this is so cool. So I had, would you sign a couple things for us?
Sure.
You got like a Sharpie or something? I'm putting this on my wall. That's my picture.
Oh, with you?
With me, yep.
You want me to sign it up on top here?
Yeah.
you missed it?
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
What do you miss most?
The people.
This
Seems
is
like
for
it-
Buddy Online.
Seems like it was a tight group.
Yeah. I have the original picture of that.
It's a pretty clear picture.
Well, that's our diesel.
What was your last pull?
I pulled down in somewhere near Springfield, Illinois, at a pull and won it. The next two pulls were rained out.
Wow, good to know.
Yeah.
You knew it was your last one, or?
No, I just had, they knew I was kind of, my kids got into showing cattle and stuff and sports, and just never had time.
I understand.
And,
I understand.
today looking back, I should have just put the truck on blocks and left it somewhere and maybe got it back on. Did that in Dallas, Texas.
Hold that up by yourself. That'd be a cool picture. Look at that. Yeah, that's so sweet.
Highlight of my life. 2 centerfolds.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, my son's driving this one.
Well, I can't thank you enough for all this time and everything. This is great.
Glad somebody enjoys it.
Oh, I love this.
If you ever find that Rocky top truck, let me know.
I'll look for it for you. I love doing that.
I'd buy that thing in a heartbeat. God, that's just a beautiful truck.
Which one was your favorite that you had?
The Blue Max original stripes. Cher Bolter used to be the photographer. And I asked him, what color should I use? He said, use yellow. And I go, yellow's ugly as hell. But he said, the person that's up in them nosebleed seats will read that name. And he was right. And that's how Mayhem, see how he did that on the side? You could read that anywhere too. It was a different color though, of course. But I always said the reason people remembered my truck was they always could read the name in the stands from a long ways away. And the photographers loved it. They loved that one too.
Did you design the graphics though?
Yeah, me and a body shop guy in Sycamore designed what to do with the stripes, and he put them on. Then me and the son designed that one.
This was before computers, though, right?
Yeah, we just drew on the truck.
Did you really?
He took a paintbrush, we kind of went through the colors. I didn't like the light blue. I wanted to use the dark blue on the bottom, but he talked me out of it. But it was fine. The Blue Max was hand painted, and this was painted on the tape. You tape it all.
Yeah.
There was they weren't blended in real good because you could feel the tape marks, you know how it was. was there.
This is your first trophy?
That's from Big Rock.
Where is that then?
Big Rock. It's just near Hinckley. Where you?
That's a great picture.
That's a picture out of St. Louis Budweiser Stadium. That Budweiser sign, I got that for winning New Orleans Superdome.
Oh, that's cool.
King, is that Superdome down there or Kingdome? New
I don't
Orleans,
know.
one of them. And my mom made this. Bud's on there, Golden Ox, Blue Ox. We took all t-shirts that I had.
That's old. I didn't realize it was this big. Where would you get like t-shirts made back then and everything?
I don't know, but
The hauler in California.
yeah.
I think you have that picture.
Yeah, I think we
Scan it
did
in.
that.
Ken's.
This one here was the big Indiola pull I won back in '81. It was one of the biggest pulls I ever won off the start.
Was that indoor?
Outdoor.
Did you ever do the Indy Super Bowl?
No, that was all NTPA.
Oh yeah, Orange Blossom. Wow, that's really cool. How did you get that?
It was at his auction.
Whoa.
And I can't tell you the guy's name, but there was two of them. And he wanted one really bad, and I says, well, I only have room for one.
The flash tubes are popping off right now for the Midnight Express. Alan Gaines has got a 1925 Ford. The woodwork on it is absolutely incredible. It is all mahogany wood. And every day Alan says he gets out his can of Pledge and just works the mahogany to make sure that wood just stays nice. There you can see it, nice and shiny. What a beautiful, beautiful truck.
It is absolutely, and it is very unique.
Wow. That is really cool.
Alan signed it. Right there. That's going to go out in my office.
It should, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it or not.
And he made all this too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, he's a big cherry wood
The
guy.
mahogany or
Yeah.
something.
And I bought one of his tobacco knives and something else.
Wow.
That's really neat.
Just bought a lot of it. But after I bought it, I'm like, this is only special to me. It used to be orange lettering,
Oh.
and he changed it. I don't know why. He had different lettering on.
This was on the dual
Twin
engine C cab.
Yep.
I have to look because I saw it. I sat in it
Yeah.
a couple months ago, and
I don't know what's on it now.
I don't know. Now I have to go back and look.
Wow. It's a little tight, huh?
Hey, let me stand back here. There you go.
Gosh.
Man, you supposed to know all this stuff.
I ain't got a whole lot of trucks coming in.
There's a storm coming this way too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm waiting on my damn oil pump right yonder.
Get up in there, Carl.
But that's the original. What was on it?
I don't remember now. Got a Bigfoot one here somewhere.
That one looks newer, but
I found that somewhere.
is that pretty rare?
Oh, yeah. Big time rare.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it so much.
Glad to wait to see the video.
You were
Thank you very much.
above and beyond.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
That's very kind of you.